particularly to deal with students who have some major flaws in their golf swing. You never get a student, almost never will you get a student who can hit the ball where he wants and be able to move it around the ball very efficiently, even if he has a funny looking swing. People that come to golf teachers for lessons are those who cannot do that. And now, since we know that there's at least 6 different ways of swinging the golf club, to be a good teacher, I would first suggest that a teacher learn how to know what those 6 swings are and know how to make the repair necessary for when someone comes to you to at least get them to hit the golf ball a lot better. So the very first thing that I would look for is a man walks up to the ball and he's getting ready to take his stance, and before he even hits it, what am I going to do? I'm going to ask him his goals. You plan on becoming a tour player, sir, or you just want to play a little better in your Sunday foursome? How much effort are you willing to put into the game? Are you willing to work on the game? Or do you just want to hit it a little bit? And then, without asking him how he swings the club, or even getting any of his concept, because I can see better than ask him what his concept is, I'll ask him to get into his stance. And now, if you can get this stance from several different angles, I'd like you to get this stance and move around so you can see the stance that I'm coming into. This is the kind of thing you're going to see fairly commonly with the golfer. And then you see some swings that look like that. And now the analysis there was the man's his whole concept was controlling the club to hit the ball like that, which is really not a very bad concept. He had the idea that the club had to work that way through the ball with the blade not rolling open or rolling closed. So what his biggest mistakes was he was way too close to the ball, so he really couldn't use his arms and legs well. His circle could be no bigger than the radius, which is from here to there. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get a person up to their full height, if we can. And we do that by making sure that the club is the right length for him, so when he stands there, he's as tall as he can be. And once a person's as tall as he can be, he's already got a bigger circle. So making the same lousy golf swing that the man just made, the ball's going to go an additional 25 or 30 yards just because the circle is big. Now, assuming that the man has said he only wants to play a little better on a Sunday foursome, we need to direct his energy through the ball as well as we can, and we need to direct his ball to where he wants it to go, because ultimately playing golf, to get better at playing golf, you got to be hitting the ball where you're looking. And if you're hitting the ball powerfully but it isn't going where you're looking, you're worse off than the guy who isn't hitting it very powerfully but is going where he expects it to go. His errors don't hurt him. Your errors do. So now, on the last few swings that I made when I was showing this player who started out down here with a very short radius, and we improved his height to get him up to a better position, those shots went to the left because the club came across the ball from in to out. So when we get that situation, it's almost always because a player is thinking he wants to hit the ball straight, so he takes the club back and up, and in an effort to hit it straight, he doesn't realize that even though his head is staying still, his body's turning left, and when he gets down there, the club comes across the ball to right to left. So when you get that situation, you have to let the man know that if he's trying to hit the ball straight, the odds are good because his body's turning, even though his head isn't, that the angle's going to come across the ball. What you need to make this man do is to learn he has to swing it in to out, and immediately he has a shot that's in play, in the fairway, and you have just given him his lesson for the day. And all you got to do is stay with that through the rest of the lesson.